So real quick before I talk about the Spider-Man game, I know a lot of people have asked about me talking further about the Injustice 2 gameplay trailer that came out a few days ago. I didn't really feel like there was much to talk about, nothing that could really merit a full-on huge video. The main thing is that I finally figured out what the whole armor thing was, is that it's supposed to be like a power-up. It's supposed to be like you can mix and match armor, which I'm pretty sure when we get... Here's the thing I've noticed about NetherRealm. When they do something, they add it to the next game, they do, and then they add those elements into the other game. You know, they always kind of one-up one another. Like in the gameplay trailer, we saw, you know, the whole special dialogue for each characters, like we saw with Aquaman and Grodd meeting. And yeah, I'm pretty sure when we get to Mortal Kombat, that whole armor, you know, that whole armor upgrade thing's probably going to be a thing as well. The one thing I just really want to bring up is the whole Black Manta scene. At first I was like, oh man, Black Manta, he's going to be a character in this game. And then my good friend Jason Voorhees said, he's like, well, I didn't really parade him, he was just in one scene, and that was the big showcase of that scene was to show the backgrounds, like the arenas, you know, the destructible arenas. And he kind of made this point of maybe he's an arena character, maybe he's not really in the game, maybe he's just in an arena, like in the last Injustice game where Killer Croc, Penguin, and I can't remember the other one, they were all in the game, but they were in an arena scene in Arkham. So that's kind of my main thing, is that is he an official character, or is he just in an arena? I want him to be a character. I want Black Manta to be a character. Other than that, really, it looks really good, so there you go. There's my 2 cents on Injustice. On the Injustice gameplay. Anyway, so let's get on to the Spider-Man game, which I had no idea was going to be a thing. I had no idea this was going to be... the Spider-Man game was going to be a real thing. I had no clue. Like, I was just on my subscription list, and I was just like, what the fuck? The fuck is that? The fuck are those? Yeah. So, anyway, it looks good. I like the gameplay of how... I don't know if that was cutscene... Well, actually, I think a majority of it was early cutscenes, and more so... It was very you know, it was all gameplay. I think a lot of that stuff was gameplay. I like it. It really does feel like they've taken a lot of elements from Spider-Man 2. Again, I still think the best Spider-Man... I hate to sound like an elitist, but come on, guys, let's face it. Spider-Man 2 was probably the best Spider-Man video game. It still remains my favorite Spider-Man game. I guess the second closest would be Shattered Dimension. I don't know, I just like Shattered Dimension. But yeah, that's kind of my thing, is that nothing, you know. But I've always, you know, I've always liked when you do more Spider-Man stuff. And at first, I thought, is this going to be part of the movie? Is this to promote the movie? Is this part of the new Spider-Man movie? Because when I saw the costume, I'm going to get into the costume real quick because I know that's going to be that's a big thing. But when we get to the costume, I thought, that's kind of a step back, really. It looks nothing like what we saw in Civil War, and then someone told me, oh no, it's its own game. You know, it's not tied in to the Spider-Man Homecoming movie, it's its own game. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool, I'm cool with it, because the thing is, like, I don't mind the Spider-Man costume in this game. The one thing that's just kind of jarring for me is that how Amazing Spider-Man feel it has. It just has this huge Amazing Spider-Man feel to it, and that white emblem is just so... Wow. I don't know why, but it kind of reminds me of, don't know why, it kind of reminds me of not Ben Reilly's costume. Oh, God, I'm trying to remember. There was another Spider-Man character that had the white symbol, the big white spider symbol on there, and I'm blanking. But yeah, the costume does look very Amazing Spider-Man movie universe-ish. And I have this weird sense, and this is just a weird theory I have. This is probably not true. This is just probably not true. But this is just my weird theory in the back of my head. Just looking at the costume, I kind of thought to myself, was this supposed to be Amazing Spider-Man 3? Was this supposed to be the game for Amazing Spider-Man 3, but they canceled it? How much you bet it was? They were halfway through production and was like, hey guys, we gotta change it. Ah, fuck! That's probably not what happened. That's probably not what happened. But that's just a fun scenario I had in my head. Is that it's probably not what the Amazing Spider-Man 3 video game was supposed to be. But I just have this weird image, this weird fun image of my head of like Sony being like rebooting it. I know you're only 95% finished, but change it anyway because reasons. And everyone's like, ah, fuck, we gotta change it. Yeah. But again, that's probably not true. That's more than likely not true. That's just a fun little. That's just a fun little thing I had in my head because I can't. Because I know. I feel like at the same time Sony would do something like that. You know what I mean? It's probably not true, but at the same time, you could believe that Sony could do something like that. You know? Anyway, sorry for that little rant. Anyway, gameplay looks really good. I don't know who the villains are in this game, because it looks like, again, it's going to be its own Spider-Man kind of feel, and I like that. It's been a while since we've had our own Spider-Man game. When was the last one? Web of Shadows? That we've had our own Spider-Man game that wasn't tied into any movies? So, yeah, I'm kind of glad that we're getting a standalone its own Spider-Man game. We're not having one tied to a movie or anything like that. Finally, a own Spider-Man adventure story, and I'm wondering what villains are. Someone rumored to me that Mr. Negative was going to be in this game, and I was like, okay, so Mr. Negative's one of the cooler new villains that came out of, the Brand New Day stuff. He's probably the only villain I liked out of Brand New Day, really. Mr. Negative was pretty cool. So if he's in this game, I'm pretty cool with it. There's one scene where a wall gets broken, and for a split second you see a guy with what I assume is a Rhino mask. I was like, is that supposed to be Rhino? I don't know. Also, for a quick second, there was a guy with a black mask on, and I was like, is that Black Mask? I know he's not a Marvel character, but what the hell? Anyway, again, someone rumored to me that Mr. Negative, the only real villain and this is a rumor, I don't know what villains are in here. Someone just said it's rumored that Mr. Negative's in this game, and if he is, he's probably going to be one of the major villains of the game. Again, I think I saw Rhino, could be wrong, but yeah. But it looks pretty cool. I love how, we're really going deep into the web-slinging element of this, because it really feels like, man, this feels like you're playing Spider-Man. This really does feel like you are Spider-Man in this game, like how, webbing around a crane or, grabbing some of the web, yanking them, or webbing them up. All the little elements look good. Like, this game looks like it makes you feel like Spider-Man. So, aside from the costume, which, yeah, I'm pretty sure if you don't like the costume, I'm pretty sure you can, there's probably, with all Spider-Man games, you can always find something to change the costume. You can always find, I think, yeah, Web of Shadows didn't have a costume change, did it? Like, you could get alt costumes. I know a lot of other Spider-Man games did, but I think the two that didn't, I don't think Shattered Dimensions had a costume change option or, special feature. But I want to say, since it's been a while since I played Web of Shadows, I think you could do that on web, but I could be wrong. But yeah, I'm pretty sure if you don't like this version of the Spider-Man costume, they'll probably give you you can have unlockable other Spider-Man costumes. So if you don't like it, you can go to the classic 616 costume. Me, I'm not the only thing it just doesn't bother me. It's not great. It's not like a cool Spider-Man costume. I'm just like, oh, it's there. Anyway, so you guys tell me, what do you guys think of this new Spider-Man game? Do you guys like it? Do you guys hate it? Just comment below, let me know. And once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.